Not yet. Cooling off period for the winners. I believe it's 10 minutes, 15 for the losers. But it doesn't start till everyone's in there. And when there's on-court interviews, we have, yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to St. Louis and the Enterprise Center. Game one is completed, but let's go over the housekeeping rules for this room to keep it professional. Please silence your cell phones. Each time we introduce a new dais, please identify yourself and your affiliation the first time you ask a question to the head coach or the student athletes. Please wait until one of our two mic holders is with you before you ask a question. We've got Emily over here, Gina over here on my left. To get in the rotation, get their attention or mine. If you have a follow-up question, remind the mic holder so she stays with you. Important, there is no flash photography allowed, nor recording of any kind, including cell phone and tablet use. We're going to go 12 minutes for each team. And after the opening statement, you can ask questions of anyone on the dais, head coach and the student athletes. Some game notes for what the game that just concluded, and overall notes. This marks the 194th NCAA tournament game played in the state of Missouri and the 57th NCAA tournament game played in St. Louis, dating back to 1973. This is the fourth time that this arena has hosted an NCAA tournament. They are here. You text me when you're ready. Okay. Okay. A couple of more notes. Kentucky set an NCAA record this morning in an opening round game for block shots, 11, bettering the previous record of 10 by 3 schools. Owe became the third player with 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists in multiple games in round of 64 in the NCAA tournament, joining Mitch Richmond and Draymond Green. So 20 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists in multiple games in a round of 64. So gentleman down here to my right. The victorious Wildcats are with us. We have head coach Mark Pope with Mohamed Diapate, Otega Owe, and Brandon Garrison. We're going to ask Mark to open up with a statement on this game, and then we have a 12-minute session. And we'll take questions for all 4 of the Wildcats on the dais. Mark, your shot.
BG has our opening statement.
Yes. So obviously, I feel like we came out. We played with a lot of energy. Obviously, they was fighting back with us, but I feel like our team didn't let down. We looked each other in the eyes in the huddles and just counted on each other. And I just feel like we wanted this more and stuff. So we came out, and played with a dogfight. And I love these guys.
That was really good.
Okay, question right here on the left. Go.
Ben Roberts, Lexington Herald Leader. Otega, you've been saying all season how much this team loves to play together. Can you just kind of take us through that last sequence that kept the season alive with the shot, and then really all the whole second half and overtime, the way you were locked in there?
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of what happened in those last couple of possessions. We just really enjoyed playing with each other, and we didn't want the season to end yet. So, the game is gonna give us a lot of ups and downs and stuff that we can't really control. But we just gotta respond, and we just found a way to respond. So we're not done playing yet.
Jenna Lifshin, Kentucky Colonel. Otega, today you now hold the record for the most amount of points scored by a Kentucky player in just 2 years. Mm-hmm. When you hear that, what does that mean to you, and what do you attribute to the success you've had at Kentucky?
That's crazy. Just gotta thank God. He get all the glory because, I didn't expect this to happen at all in these past 2 years. It's been life-changing, and, it's a testament to just, BBN and, the guys that are around me. That wouldn't happen without them. They get me open, just having the utmost energy for me and, just happy whenever I succeed. So, that wouldn't happen without my teammates last year and my teammates this year. So I'm just thankful for them.
We're on the left-hand side, and then we're on the right. Go, please.
Hey, Mark. John Huang, NOLA Media. In a game like this that goes back and forth, you've had tight games during the course of the season, and the team hasn't always responded. But can you talk about the composure that they showed today and how much they've come throughout the course of the year?
Yeah, it's of course we're going to the most dramatic play of the game. There were several, but they bang a big time 3 with 6 seconds left, maybe 7 seconds left. And one of the things I was really proud of was there was no pause, throw your hands up, feel sorry for yourself reaction from our guys. They scrambled, got the ball, and Otega raced down the floor and stopped right in front of me. And as he raised up, he said, "That's a bucket," and threw it in off the glass. But that next play mentality, I think that's something that you talk about all the time, but you learn through experience. And our guys have a whole bunch of it, man. They have a whole bunch of next play. So I was proud of that. BG, in the overtime period was just unbelievable as a next play guy defensively, and Mo is always the next play guy. So I'm proud of that, and I think that's been earned by our guys, and we're gonna keep rolling with it.
On the right-hand side, gentlemen.
Yeah, Otega, Ben Baby with ESPN. Walk us through kind of what you were thinking. 2 seconds left that you get the ball coming out of the inbounds. What were you thinking as you went up the court, and kind of what shot were you trying to get, and kind of walk us through that whole sequence?
I was just trying to get the ball out quick and get as close as I can, to the goal. Was looking at the clock the whole time. So obviously, they hit a 3, so we had to get a 3. So it was really just, trying to get a shot off and, just not wanting the season to end. Just locking in, trying to make the shot.
We're in the back, and then we're up here. Go.
Daryl Bird with the Cat's Paws in Lexington. For everybody except Otega, what's going through your mind when his shot is in the air? Does time freeze? Does it take forever for that ball to go through?
Brandon, you're first, please. Then Mohammed, then Mark.
Yeah. I mean, it's Otega. He proved that he can make game winners. So, when it went up, it looked very good, and I just knew it was going in. So.
Man, I was just praying for it to go in, man. I was gonna cry if he missed that shot. But yeah, I was just hoping the shot went in. I didn't want the season to end already. We love being around each other every day. So, I was just thinking this can't be the moment where it ends. So, once he made it, we was all happy.
I've been really blessed as a coach to watch Ortega do this over and over and over again. Actually, I don't know, what his game-winning shot per year number is, but it's pretty impressive. And I was nervous with the trajectory, but then when it hit the glass at exactly the right spot, I'm like, oh, this is beautiful. It's awesome.
Okay, we are here. We got two standing in the back on your side, Gina, and then down here. Go.
Mark, could you just kind of expound more on BG and his contributions just kind of all over the court today? And then for Mo and O, you guys just, when he's playing like that, what kind of energy does he bring that's maybe contagious to the rest of the team, the guys out on the floor?
When BG plays good, we win. It just is. If you think about bellwethers on our team, when he plays good, we win. And, BG, he just keeps showing up every single day and fighting and fighting and fighting. He was brilliant today. He was brilliant offensively today. Like him off the short roll. I thought Mo and BG were unbelievable out of timeouts, actually running drops. Like they executed some new things really, really brilliantly. And then, we've always felt like BG was probably the best switching five-man in the country. Really, genuinely, how many times have we talked about that? And tonight he got a chance to prove it. We talked about it all week, that Malachi and him were going to prove that they were in very, very limited elite level company in terms of being able to switch 1 through 5. What he did, switch 1 through 5 down the stretch, was unbelievable. Like his discipline, his stance, his mobility, his ability to contest shots legal was brilliant. So it was an unbelievable performance by BG. Super happy for him.
Standing up on the left, please.
Coach,
I'm sorry. We've got two more answers. I'm sorry. Go.
All year long, BG, he's been going through like adversity from the beginning of the season, and it was times where he felt down on himself. He wasn't as confident on himself because of the media and the fans. But we knew all along, the kind of player he was, and we always believed in him. And the way he played tonight, we're not really surprised because we know what he's capable of doing, and he showed up when we need him, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah, Coach Pope said it. When BG plays good, when he's locked in, has a high motor, he takes our team to a different level. And I tell BG, every game, just to go out there and have the highest motor. Go block shots. Yeah, 6 blocks. So, that's crazy. It's game changing when he's locked in that mode, and he really takes our team to a different level.
Okay, go ahead. Thank you.
For Coach Pope and Otega and Mo, Colin just said in the locker room, and Cam reinforced it, the importance of, you guys went into one of the huddles, and Brandon said, let's quit switching on the pick and pop. He said he stepped up and said, we can guard 1 through 5. I can take the point guard, and then had 2 blocks on the point guard there at the end. How important was that moment, and for him to step up and have that leadership moment despite the adversity throughout the year?
Yeah, it was crazy. I think we had a game plan from the beginning of the game, and we was all just locked in on that game plan. And then BG, said, let's just switch 1 through 5. He could do it. He could shut down. Because number 2 was getting hot. He was hitting a lot of threes off the pick and roll. So BG just stepped up. Made a call, and we all backed him for it. And I guess that was a good call. And that just shows how BG is super locked in. He's a game changer, and we need that every single game.
Yeah, that just shows how good of a defender he is, and I knew it all along, like how good of a defender he is, because in practice he be guarding point guards, like Denzel on the switches and stuff, and he could stand his own ground. So all along I knew the good defender he was. I play against him every day in practice. So once he said that he could switch 1 through 5, we all felt confident about it, and he executed on that.
Left-hand side, gentlemen.
Michael Lepresti, NCAA.com, over here. You mentioned yesterday about the magic pool that this game has and this month has. Is this a perfect example of that? And as a guy who's given his life to this game, emotionally, what's it like to go through something like this?
I'm happy for our guys. You know, I'm actually, it is going to probably sound terrible. I'm happy for Santa Clara too, just the fact that they got to be a part of such an epic game, such a dramatic game. It's what you want out of March, and I'm happy for our guys. You know, these guys keep getting up, man. Like, we get knocked down, they keep getting up, and they keep getting up and keep getting up, and for it to lead to moments like this, where we've had moments like this throughout the year, where you guys had to get back up and do it, and so I love it. And the fact that we get to do it in the NCAA tournament is special, and so it's I don't know where you get this drama. I don't know where you get this transformation of emotions from despair to thrill to despair to thrill in a matter of 4 seconds. But we got that a bunch tonight, and it's pretty great. And then even more importantly, the fact that you get to do it with a group of guys that you've worked with, sacrificed with, teased, tormented, consoled, as you do it with that group of guys, especially. That's why March Madness is incredible, is because you get to do it with this group of guys. And nobody knows what these guys have been through except for these guys. They're the only ones in the world that actually know what they're going through, and that forges a unique bond. It's pretty special.
We're under about 3 minutes to go. We have a question here. You're next. Go.
Tyler Thompson, Kentucky Sports Radio. This is for Brandon, Mo, and O. Kind of along those same lines, you guys have fought adversity so many times this season. Kind of take us inside the huddles and the overtime. And at the very end, what were the emotions like knowing that you all were going to extend this season one more game?
Brandon, you start, and we'll come to the left.
Yeah, like you said, we've been through a lot this year, and it was just like second nature to us. When we went down and stuff, we didn't nobody on the bench or on the floor panic and stuff, and we've been through a lot, like I just said, but we fought through it and got the win.
Yeah, the beginning of the season, we got a lot of practice at just turning the tide and fixing it, and that's what happened this game. Like I said earlier, there was a lot of ups and downs. That's what's always going to happen in these games. But we do a good job of communicating in the huddle, not getting too rattled, just trying to find ways to fix it. And I think, since we had all these ups and downs in the beginning of the season, now it's the perfect time for us because we know how relentless we got to be. And we've been practicing that all season, just never quitting, just always fighting.
Yeah, I think it got a lot to do with us. A lot of the adversity we went through with the losses and comebacks. And I feel like that just helped us right there because we've been in that predicament before. It's almost like deja vu. And once we got into overtime, we was like, this is it right here. There's no more second chances. We're not gonna let them breathe at all. We're gonna give it our all. This is our chance right here. That second chance doesn't come around in March too often. So we got to take advantage of it, and that's what we did.
Okay, in the essence of time, I got 3 questions up, 1, 2, and 3 standing. Please ask your question of one person on the dais, please. Go.
Mark, O hits that 3 and the place goes nuts. How do you reset now? The game's not over, and you kind of have to do that again for this upcoming game on Sunday.
Yeah. It's just this. Actually, it's the same answer I gave you earlier. It's this next play vibe where it's just like, okay, so we're here. Let's go. Let's move on to the next thing. And these guys have metabolized drama really well this year, and that was it. And I think they did that throughout the game against a terrific Santa Clara team, and then they were able to do it. And, we got to sit down before the overtime, and everybody was focused. They're just focused on what they're doing. So credit to our guys.
On the aisle, go.
Zach Osterman, USA Today. Mark, Ortega had 28 points in the last 25 minutes. You've talked about coaching him, watching him these last 2 years. Was there a moment in that second half when you could kind of tell that he really found a rhythm within the offense, both scoring and assisting?
Yeah, sometimes Ortega sneaks up on you. Like, it's just really true, which is crazy to say. He had almost a triple-double with 35 points. It's crazy to think that he snuck up on us a little bit, but he's proven. I've been really blessed to have a chance to coach him. There are moments where You know, if I had longer hair, I might pull it out a little bit. We know that. We spent a lot of time together. But this guy just, man, he shows up every single game in only a unique Otega way. It just is brilliant. I think we're, three-quarters of the way through the first half, and you got 5 or 6 or 7 points, and it did seem like there was great energy on the floor, and then he finishes the game the way he does. And he's a unique player, man, and he brings so much. It's really a credit to him.
Final question, standing.
Yeah, this for Otega. When did you know that shot was in, and did you call bank?
Nah, I didn't call bank. I just got it up on my hands, and it's March. I feel like that's just what happens. It's crazy. I just tried to get the shot up. Obviously tried to make it, but it found its way to the backboard. I'm just glad it went in.
We have a shooting game at the end of every shoot around. Otega's actually. Have you ever?
Yes, I have. Don't do that. I have.
Okay,
I made a couple. Actually.
So he's done this before, then.
Yeah, I've been here before.
Kentucky will be here tomorrow in this room for interviews, and they have a date to play Sunday, time to be announced. Thank you.
That's not even fair.
They come in when I tell Jay we're ready. Yeah. Santa Clara Broncos are with us. We have head coach Herb Sendek, Elijah Mahi, Alan Graves. We're going to ask Herb to make a statement on the game, and then we'll have questions for all three gentlemen on the dais. Herb, please.
Yeah, just incredibly thankful for the opportunity to coach each and every one of the men on our team. It was a phenomenal experience. Really proud of their effort, not only today but all season. They brought it every day, whether practice or games. Always gave their best with great attitudes. So I celebrate that, and I celebrate each of them.
First question is against the wall here on the left.
Coach Mike Lepresti, NCAA.com. This is a great month. It can also be a cruel month sometimes. If you're around the game, you probably see both sides of it. Can you just talk about, for you, the emotions of going through a moment like that where it's up and down?
Yeah. It was a really euphoric high followed by a tough one to swallow.
Right here. Third row. Thank you.
ThomasDunn, Bracketeer.org for Elijah. being a recruit from West Valley, now getting over to Santa Clara, now this seems like expectations have risen. What was kind of the most fulfilling part of your journey in fulfilling the expectations and bringing Santa Clara back to the NCAA tournament?
Everything. You know, I'm just proud to be a Bronco. I'm proud for what I did here and what we did here and we're able to accomplish this year. It means a lot, honestly. This is a great school. I'm thankful. I really am thankful to have a career here and to be here for 2 years, and I'm just thankful.
Sam Canales. Hello? There we go. Sam Canales, Santa Clara Student Radio. On behalf of the student body, thank you guys. This was pretty unbelievable. First tournament in 30 years, just for any of you. Looking back on the accomplishments this season, I mean, the 15 conference wins, the first WCC final since 2007. What comes to mind when you think about this season as a team?
Alan, then Elijah, please.
Definitely just the hard work that we put in. We worked day in and day out in practice. We competed each and every day, and I'm glad that we got what we deserve, you know, coming here, being able to play in March Madness, the biggest stage. Obviously, we didn't get the outcome we wanted, but I wouldn't change it for the world with these guys. You know, I'm proud to be a Bronco and always will be a Bronco, and just happy to be here and be able to do it with these guys and, you know, the genuine people that are here. The culture we built is amazing, and I feel like, you know, we could do it again next year.
You know, like he said, it took a lot of hard work to get here. Very thankful for my guys. I love my guys and all the work we put in together day in and day out. And it showed what we were able to do this year and the history we were able to make. And like he said, it hurts how it all ended, but I'm just thankful, man. God bless. I'm just thankful.
Question here on the left.
John Huang, Nolan Group Media in Lexington. Alan, can you kind of just walk us through that last few seconds in regulation? You hit that big shot, then Ortega hits. What was going through your mind then?
Really running back, first of all, getting back transition defense. Ortega, I think, hit the layup, and then I saw it was 9 seconds on the clock, and I knew Sash had the ball, so just try to get myself into action, give myself a chance to make a play. And he hit me on the pick and pop, and as soon as the ball hit my hands, I knew, God willing, that it was going to go in. Even though I missed the first two I took earlier in the game, I just had confidence in my abilities, and I feel like this program has done a great job of, you know, instilling that confidence in me and making sure that I'm ready for those big-time moments. And then, obviously, him coming down, hitting the half-court buzzer beater, it hurt in the moment, but we knew that we had overtime to play and that we had to be prepared, so I just tried to get the team back in the right mindset to play, go back out there and play.
We have a Zoom call. Let's take it right now.
Herb, this is Noah Furtado from the San Francisco Chronicle. In your 10 years leading this program, how do you reflect on, I guess, the turning points and what it took to build this into what it was and have it culminate in a game like today?
You know, once again, I think my immediate reaction is one of gratitude because I have a very clear mind and understanding, knowing that it has taken the collective efforts of countless people to provide this opportunity, to make this possible. People that maybe on the outside don't get recognition. We may, you know, people may not know their names, but it's been the collective efforts from many within our university community that's allowed us to be in this place at this time.
Question on the right-hand side, gentlemen.
Herb, Ben Baby from ESPN.com. It looked like you might have been trying to get a timeout in the final seconds there. Kind of walk us through kind of that end-of-game sequence on your end and kind of what communication you might have had with the officiating crew in those last few seconds.
Yeah. Well, I unequivocally called timeout, but they didn't grant it. I mean, I think the video evidence is clear, and anybody's able to pull it up. So, you know, which, you know, is a likely response after Allen hits the three, that the coach would be calling timeout to set the defense, which I tried to do. and I was successful in doing, other than it wasn't acknowledged or recognized. And so that's what happened.
Right here, back to the left.
Following up on that for the players, y'all were both on the court. I assume that's why you guys probably didn't foul him.
Elijah, you're first, please.
Yeah, I guess, but honestly, like, there was just so much going on in that moment. There was just so much going on in the last seconds. Like, right after Allen hit the shot, obviously the second, I think in that second, I was kind of like, damn, looking at the time, seeing how much time was left. But like I said, there was just so much going on that I didn't even realize it.
I'd say it was a lot of emotions involved in that play. Obviously, hitting a shot like that, it was exciting. And then, kind of lose your man, maybe. I know Coach was calling timeout, so we thought we were going to be granted that, but we didn't, and then came down, threw up a prayer, and it went in.
Right in the middle, on the left.
Herb, all season you've sung the praise of the fan base and the investment into the community and the program. What's your message to them in terms of what should be the lasting memory of this team and what they did?
I think there'll be time subsequently to reflect on all that. What you find is sports is a tremendous vessel to enjoy relationships. Whether it's a son coming to the games with his dad. Tonight my father was able to be in the stands together with other family members. The relationships of you have with your staff, your teammates. The sport, the game, is a vessel to accomplish that. And that's what you take away, not only from this season, because, by many standards it was successful, but any season, even seasons that, you don't win as many games, they have the same outcome, ultimately.
Back here to the left.
Coach, in such an emotional game like this, your personality kind of shows through. You mentioned yesterday about your calm demeanor and such, but at the end of regulation, the game is still tied. So how do you kind of reset so that you're able to approach overtime with the right mindset?
Yeah, great question. Not easy to do, right? In the moment. But our players have a tremendous armor of resiliency, and they've done a great job of staying in the moment, and we're a next play team. So, you take a brief second to breathe, and then it's next play, because that's what it's been all season.
Anything else for the Broncos? Okay, final question here on the left.
Nicolette, Santa Clara Student Newspaper. Elijah, can you talk about the players that are staying and what you see from them looking to next year?
Pardon me, guys, anyone?
Can you talk about Allen and the players that aren't graduating and what you see for them in the next year?
Oh, I see a lot. I'm just excited to see where their progression is going to go. Santa Clara does a great job of helping these guys get player development, so we're already seeing it throughout this year and how they're able to progress within the season. So I'm excited to see how they're going to take it to the spring and into the summer and into next year.
Okay, thank you very much. Gentlemen, you are excused. Congratulations on your season. Don't go away. Herb's a pleasure. Thanks. All right. Great game. Wonderful.